How is it going, everyone? We have a huge new PlayStation Store sale that just went live. It is running alongside the Gamescom sale, so we literally have I want to say 6,000 deals on the PlayStation Store. Let me actually pull up how many deals are on the Gamescom sale. 3,500 plus 2,300, and actually I have the new sale filtered, so it's even more. 3,500 plus, how many would it be? Plus 2,800, so yes, if my second grade level math can save me right now, I believe that is 6,300 deals on the PlayStation Store. Yeah, that is quite a lot to go through, and while I will do my best to cover it all, I am not going to be able to get through everything. Also, fantastic deal of the week available right now, so let's just start off with that. The deal of the week that is live right now is Forza Horizon 5. 30% off for $42, and the premium edition is 30% off for $70. You are still, unfortunately, paying a premium for the PlayStation 5 version of Forza Horizon 5 versus the Steam and PC version, and if you bought it on Xbox. The Steam and PC version goes on sale for 50% off for $49.99 for the premium edition and $29.99 for the standard edition. Hopefully, by the end of the year, Forza Horizon 5 gets to that price threshold, especially because a little leak happened that it looks like Forza Horizon 6 will be happening next year, set in Japan. There was some car scans done, and that got leaked. So yeah, that is gonna be insane. Hopefully, fingers crossed, day one on PlayStation 5. Brothers, you guys know I love me Forza Horizon. Forza Horizon in Japan, you kidding me? That's 2 games already that me personally I'm more excited for than GTA 6. Hypothetically, Forza Horizon 6 in Japan, and honestly the new Lego Batman game. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And you know what? Their Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon. Your boy is excited for 2026, and it's not because of GTA 6. It's because of a lot of other games. But I'll get GTA 6. I'll play it as well. But man, I'm really excited for that. But Forza Horizon 5 is a tremendous game. PS5 Pro enhanced. It's got quite a bit of content, but you know, it's a hefty price to pay for a game that did come out 4 years ago, so I totally understand if people don't want to pick it up. Again, hopefully by the end of the year, we can get some price parity on it, and it'll be 50% off for $49.99, because the premium edition is worthwhile, man. It's got the 2 expansions in there, so that's ideally the route you want to go. Also live right now is the PlayStation Indie sale. A lot of games on sale with the indie titles. There's a lot of titles that I personally haven't played, so I'll still try to cover it. I'll still try to find the best deals that are, you know, well-reviewed and whatnot, but a little bit difficult to cover these ones. Tainted Grail, the Fall of Avalon is 15% off, $38.24. I actually did play this game earlier this year. I like the aesthetic to the game. It is very much a little bit on the janky side. Like, it feels like a budget title. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but I do think that's gonna push some people away. And $38 is a hefty price to pay, but I know a lot of people will get into it from a narrative and thematic standpoint, so not the worst thing in the world, but I would probably wait for it to be cheaper. High on Life, 50% off for $19.99. 9 Souls, 30% off for $21. I know people absolutely love that game, so that might be something you want to check out. Sea of Stars, 35% off for $22.74. You'll save an additional 5% if you're a Plus subscriber. Still Wakes the Deep, 65% off for $12.24. Really nice discount on that, given that that's still a really recent release. Yeah, it came out 14 months ago, and for that deep of a discount, that's quite nice. Now, they did release the Siren's Rest DLC, so if you want the complete collection, it'll be $19.99, which honestly, that's not even that bad, so that's definitely something to look out for. Castle Crashers Remastered, if you guys know me, I love me Castle Crashers. I think this is one of those games that you can always go back to and have a really good time with, especially if you have the foreign concept that is known as friends. It's a great time. I mean, some people get into Castle Crashers Solo, and I've talked to a lot of people that have enjoyed Castle Crashers Solo, just seen it in my comments section as well. But I really do feel like that's one of those games that, to me, I always associated Castle Crashers with like a feel-good game you play during the holidays with your friends. You guys are like off work or school, from work or school, and you pop in some Castle Crashers, you have a good time, and yeah, that's how I always fondly and nostalgically remember Castle Crashers. But yeah, $5.99 on that. Honestly, I would like to see it a little bit cheaper, but that's probably me just being cheap as hell. Hypercharge Complete Edition is $32, 20% off. That got a lot of traction on social media recently, but Yeah, $32 on that. Human Fall Flat is $5.99. Coral Island, which just got added to Plus Extra, is $21. Deadside, $14.99. Astroneer for $9.89. Really good deal there. Ender Magnolia, Bloom in the Mist, 35% off for $16.24. That just came out earlier this year, so that is a decent discount on that. Awesome aesthetic for a Metroidvania. I think it looks great, and there is another title, Ender Lilies, Quietus of the Night. You almost forgot the name there, but yeah, you might want to play that first, but Magnolia, Bloom in the Mist, $16.24 on that. Darkest Dungeon 2 is $24. Sledders is $26.24. The Oregon Trail is $14.99. Firewatch, 75% off for $4.99. That's a game that I loved. I remember leading into the release of Firewatch, and right after that game came out, it was a game a lot of people were talking about back in February of 2016. A lot of debate about the style of game that it was, a narrative-driven title, a walking sim more so. Like, people loved it from a visual aesthetic standpoint. Some people were down on the ending, some people were down on the game length, how it had very little actual gameplay. But at that point, I feel like those walking sims, while, you know, like Dear Esther and whatnot existed at the time, I feel like Firewatch was a game that stood out to a lot of people in that regard, and I ended up really enjoying it. It's a super short game, but again, sometimes these days that's exactly what the doctor ordered, and it's good to have a game that you can play through in a sitting or two. Hello Neighbor on sale. Killing Floor 2, $2.99 on that is great. Great multiplayer title there for sure. Tales of Iron 2, Whiskers of Winter, 80% off for $4.99. Whoa, didn't that just come out? Am I crazy? I thought that just came out. Yeah, it came out January of this year, and it's already 80% off for $4.99? That seems a little bit insane to me, and that, that's such a steep discount. Even if it's an indie game, you typically, unless a game absolutely bombs, and even like Veilguard was added to PS Plus after 4 months, but it's not seeing discounts this steep, but okay, 80% off on that, $4.99 for that. Brotato is $3.49, that's 30% off. The Ascent is 75% off for $7.49. I thought that was a pretty cool game, not like blow away, but I like the setting. The cyberpunk aesthetic is always gonna get me, but yeah, interesting top-down action RPG. Warhammer 40k Battle Sector, $19.99 on that. Mortal Shell Enhanced Edition, $2.99 for that. Outlast Bundle of Terror is $9.99, which I feel like is a little bit pricey. Darkest Dungeon, $3.74. As Dusk Falls is $14.99. Save an additional 10% if you're a Plus subscriber. Cool. Narrative-driven game. They're really cool aesthetic as well. Inside is $1.99. Awesome deal there. Cult of the Lamb Sinful Edition, 50% off for $19.99. Chained Echoes, 20% off. You'll save an additional 5% if you're a Plus subscriber, which will knock it down to $18.74. They recently had some DLC released for this as well, Ashes of Elrond, but yeah, aesthetically, very much a throwback to the Super Nintendo era of JRPGs, which I know is beloved by a lot of people, so you can check that out. Haven, $7.49 on that. Cartel Tycoon, $7.49 for that. What else we got? Broforce, $2.99 and an additional 10% off if you're a Plus subscriber. So $1.49 with your Plus subscription. That's a fantastic deal that I would highly recommend if you are a Plus subscriber. Definitely a good deal there. Fool's Pub, $4.19. Speedrunners, $2.49, additional 5% off, which would knock it down to $1.99. Skydance's Behemoth, $19.99. Trepang 2. Digital Deluxe, $17.49. Dungeons of Hinterberg is $11.49. Definitely a good discount on that. That's a fairly recent release. I want to say came out earlier this year on PlayStation. Yeah, it came out a little bit before that on Xbox and PC, but just came out on PlayStation earlier this year. Tunic, 50% off for $14.99. Gorgeous game there. Definitely something worthwhile to go through. You know, still hefty as far as the price is concerned, but something to look at for sure. What else we got? Sniper Elite 4 Deluxe. I guess that's a part of the indie section as well. $17.99 for that, an additional 5% off if you're a Plus subscriber, which actually would knock off a lot given the base price is $90. Postal Brain Damage, $6.24 on that. Ender Lilies is in fact on sale. That's $9.99. Again, that game is absolutely beloved, so if you want something with a darker aesthetic, I think Ender Lilies is a game a lot of you guys will actually end up enjoying. Might be something you want to check out at that price point. Walking Dead Season 2 is $5.24. Season 1 is $5.24. This is way too expensive for Walking Dead. Do we have the Telltale Complete series on sale? Like, that's the route you usually want to go with Walking Dead. Let's see. Yeah, the Telltale Definitive Series is on sale for $12.49, so just go get that. That is gonna end on August the 28th, so just jump on that. I guess that's a part of the Gamescom sale, but yeah, go do that if you want to play Walking Dead. Don't be piecemealing it and getting it at $5 for this season, $5 for that season. Definitely not worth it. Plucky Squire, 50% off for $14.99. That was a day one plus extra game, but if you want to buy it, a $14.99, and that didn't come out all too long ago. Fuga Melodies of Steel, how about that? That's 50% off for $19.99. That's a game that's just gonna hold up in price forever. The 1 and 2 double pack is $36. I'm guessing Fuga 3 isn't on sale. Fuga 3 just came out, but pretty cool RPG there. Yeah, Fuga 3 unfortunately not on sale, but if you don't want to pick that up right now, add it to the wish list. This is going to be one of those hidden gems I feel like a decade from now people will start bringing up and talking about. It is like so under the radar that hardly anybody knows about it, but keep an eye on that. I get the $19.99 price point is definitely hefty, but I think a lot of you guys will be pleasantly surprised by it. Done by CyberConnect 2 as well. I don't know where CyberConnect 2 fit in. Let's just do this Fuga game, but you know what? More power to them. What else we got? Wizard with a Gun, $4.99. Death's Door, $4.99. King Arthur, Knight's Tale, $17.99 on that. Melatonin is $8.99. You got Shadow Warrior 3 for $9.99. The Messenger, $3.99 on the Messenger. That's a great deal, and I believe a historic low on that, so definitely a good price. Hey, how about this? Limbo is 99 cents, and there's a Limbo and Inside bundle, 90% off for $2.69. That's an awesome deal. I mean, you save 30 cents by getting both, but both are already at great prices, so to save even more on already great deals, I mean, hell, I'll take that all day long. That's a great pickup. What else we got? Stray Souls, $11.99. Before Your Eyes, $7.49. Fury is $5.99. Hellpoint, $8.74. A car mechanic simulator, but now in VR, $10.39, baby. I'm sure y'all want to get immersed into the world of car mechanic simulator, but yeah, there you go with that. DC's Justice League Cosmic Chaos, $11.99. Astral Ascent, $12.49. Actually played a bit of that and had a pretty good time with it. Throwback visual style, like the character designs, but yeah, $12.49 on that. This War of Mine, the Final Cut, you guys know how I feel about that game. Absolutely incredible. $1.99 on that is fantastic. What else we got? Trek to Yomi, $4.99. I think that's a decent little deal there for a game that you can complete in a sitting or two. Conscript is $10.99. Very much a throwback of a title there, but yeah, for $11, that's a fairly recent release as well, so something worthwhile to check out there. Wildermyth Console Edition, $21.24, 15% off. I want to say the console edition just came out, so yeah, October of 2024, so it's holding up in price, but that's a really well-received game. Not for broadcast is $6.24. Collectible Cars Shop Simulator. Okay, dude, whatever. Close your boat as far as these simulators are concerned. Talos Principle Deluxe Edition. They did do Talos Principle Remastered, like an upgraded release, but that's still at a hefty price point. So the original for $4.49, not a bad deal there. Mount Blade Warband is $4.99. Little Witch Nobeta, $24.99 on that. Quite hefty price point. Slitterhead Deluxe Edition, $29.99 on that. I've heard a lot of mixed things about the game. Generally speaking, from people that I trust their opinions on gaming, they've all enjoyed it, but they're a little bit, you know, they're like me where we can appreciate the jank a little bit, so it's one that I have to sit down and play a lot of, but a janky PS3 game is what I've always heard it compared to, but yeah, $29.99 on that. When did it come out? I want to say, yeah, November of 2024, so a lot of big games were coming out around that time, and there were a lot of games to play, and I never really got super into it, but yeah, that's also a game that was done by the creator of Gravity Rush, so a little bit of a bummer. I should be supporting a game like that. I should have completed it in its entirety, but I'll get around to it eventually. There's so many games to go through, so it's a little bit of a bummer. Shadow Warrior, 85% off for $4.49. PS Plus subscribers save an additional 5% on that. $2.99 would be the price you pay, and that's pretty damn good. Hotline Miami for $1.99. Undying, $13.99. Cat from Hell, $1.49. Yeah, I don't know what that game is, but $1.49 on that. Cat games are pretty popular, so take it for what you will. Talos Principle 2 Deluxe Edition, 55% off for $20.24. So yeah, you can check that out. Crosscode $7.99. A lot of these deals do have extra discounts for Plus subscribers, so keep that in mind. Shadow Warrior 2, $4.49. Great deal on Shadow Warrior 2. That game is awesome. Fast-paced, visceral, first-person shooter action title. Unmetal, 75% off for $4.99. Cat Quest is 75% off for $3.24. A lot of good deals available here. Obviously, a lot of these are some lower-key titles, but some stuff certainly worth checking out, and you might find some games that are worthwhile for you and that you haven't played. So that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.